Hello and welcome to our channel. I'm Tanita.
And I'm Wonderful Ike.
And we are the Smiths Hustle. Today we're going to talk to you about cash properties versus purchasing properties with other people's money. So stay tuned. Okay, let's get right into it. So we're going to be talking about cash properties versus purchasing properties with other people's money. One of the things that we're talking about when we're talking about other people's money, and we're not going to stay on that topic too long because we buy our properties cash.
Yeah, we don't do that.
So other people's money, when we talk about that, we're talking about what, baby?
We talking about hard money lenders, banks. Really, I couldn't even tell you because I don't do none of it.
Investors,
yeah.
Your friends, your family.
Right.
Just other people's money when you don't have cash yourself.
The mob.
When you don't have cash yourself, but you still want to invest and you see the opportunity. There's people who's willing to invest in you. Maybe you have the know-how, but you just don't have the funds behind you. Exactly. So there's always other options. So don't let what we're saying, because this is our preference, to purchase at cash, but there's still other ways to be able to obtain property. So we're going to get right off of other people's money because we ain't using nobody's money.
Yeah, because
I
don't like owing nobody for nothing.
Nobody, not even me. But right. Anyway, so with cash properties, we purchase our properties cash for a lot of reasons. And so we're going to talk about some of those benefits. One being
that is more benefit for us.
Right. It's all
because
cash flow.
If you don't owe nobody, you don't owe no mortgage, that means that money comes straight to you. You ain't owing nobody. You ain't got to get nobody no money. You ain't got to worry about paying nobody no money. That's your money. That's just a outright straight cash flow of money just coming in.
And so we actually started out when we first started, like with our first property, we bought a property that we was able to purchase at a low price for cash, but it needed a lot of renovations, right?
Yeah, so it still was a lot of cash.
So we still had to spend a lot of money because we had, but it's still worth it in the end. So my husband's really good.
It was a two-family, so we did two at the same time.
Yeah, so, he was very optimistic and motivated.
Yeah.
So we had a duplex, a two-family flat, we call it. Some people call them duplex, whatever, but it's a two-family property, and so we was able to get it at a lower price, but it needed a lot of, like, almost, I wouldn't say total good job.
No,
but
total good job. But you say they say 2 kitchens, 2 bathrooms, you know what I'm saying? Plumbing, because it had electric. We had to redo all that because the water, the plumbing had all the old what they call it. I can't even think what they call it right now. But all the water lines was old.
The old
galvanized. That's the word I'm looking for.
Galvanized.
So all that was like, you couldn't even see. So there wasn't no good water coming through that. So we talking about a whole new plumbing job. And then you got a two-family. So you got to run plumbing from all the way down to the basement to the first unit, all the way up to the second unit. So, things like that you got to look at.
So why don't we just show y'all really quickly? We're going to go back and show y'all really quick one of those old properties. And it might be a video, the first one, I don't know, but some of those lower cost properties that maybe you buy it cheaper on the front end, but you have renovations. So take a look.
This will make it to a bedroom.
Oh, there's a second one.
This one right here.
That'd be a good size one.
We put a closet in here and make it into a bedroom.
Just close this off.
We'll close it off, make this living room.
Yeah.
So it'll be a 3-bedroom.
Wait, say what now?
It's not.
But I'll put a closet right here in this corner and make it a legal bedroom. So we know we need glass right there. Watch your feet, babe.
like a total gut, but it could be nice. What is that little compartment?
Somebody came and gutted all the plumbing out this little room.
Oh, what this was?
What?
Yeah, right there.
This is just a storage bin.
So we can put like a little storage closet right there. You another bedroom.
I'm gonna tell you
Oh,
something
so
right
this
now.
is 3 beds.
That's what I said. Make it to a 3-bedroom.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. So it's not one of those turnkey properties or one of those properties that someone is paying $200,000-$300,000 for, and maybe they need to do a little bit of cosmetic work. We're talking about properties that have good bones. Maybe it needs a roof, maybe it does not. But like he just said, electrical, plumbing, the floors, bathrooms, kitchen.
Deal with all that, your electrical. You got all that old knob and tubing. You got to deal with a whole lot. Radiators, taking radiators out because they might be busted. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's all worth it. You know what I'm saying? Hard work always pay off. It truly does. And just thinking, you got that property low, you spent a little money, but now you're reaping all the benefits because you don't owe nobody.
Yes, all cash flow. So the other things that we pay for, so minus our cash flow, when there's not a tenant in, there's times that, of course, we have to have the electric on and running water, and maybe depending on the temperature outside, we may have to have the heat on. So those things are monthly occurrence. However, if we want to shut the property down for whatever reason,
just winterize it. Just go in there and winterize the property and just shut it down. You know what I'm saying? Because you may not be able to pay rent. Over there, well, not rent, I'm sorry, because you don't owe no rent, but you don't have to pay no bills. You don't have to pay no bills. You just shut it down, winterize it, you walk away. But you still don't owe nobody because you ain't getting no loans. You ain't got no mortgage on it. You don't owe the mafia nobody. It's just yours.
That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of cash properties. It is truly your property. And then
but one thing is, well, you can say it's your property, but as long as you pay the taxes, it'll stay your property. That's all you gotta do is pay the taxes every year.
And then sometimes if you're blessed, you may have somebody come along that say, I want to purchase that property. Yeah, so depending on, if you want to let it go and how much you've already put into it, it could make for a really nice flip. Exactly. And again, all profit.
All profit. There you go again, because just think, it's your property. You in control of it. It ain't you and the mortgage company. It's just yours. So what you say, go. If they want to ride with it, they ride with it. If they don't, they don't. But guess what? Every year, it's steady build up, and the more it build up, the more it end up costing in the end for somebody else if you want to sell it to them.
So do you want to share with the people, like, if say people who live in other states, do you believe that every state has like lower cost properties, or where do they find these cash properties at?
Every state have a list of Dorlac properties that they have. You know what I'm saying? But in St. Louis, they can go find them at LRA. LRA got tons of candy out there for you. If you got a sweet tooth, go on to LRA, grab your one.
But let me just throw this piece in. So when you're looking at, so these properties are usually, these LRA properties that he's talking about, or these properties, it may be called something else in other cities and states, but just remember this, most of those properties are not in desirable neighborhoods. So the advantage and the benefit that we have is we're located in St. Louis. We grew up in St. Louis. The neighborhoods we both grew up in are now considered the hood. However, we know those neighborhoods, so when we see those properties, we have a good idea of those neighborhoods, and then we're always looking at things like, are there still homeowners on the streets?
You can definitely tell. You can tell by the way they keep their grass up, the way it's clean. you know, quiet. You can tell. You just roll down the street. You can tell. You can tell the difference. You know, they lawns always look good. They just take care of their homes. They love they homeowners, so they love where they stay and they want to keep it nice where they live at.
And then now you're coming in and buying, so now you have a vested interest. So you want to make sure that where you're buying, especially if you're going to be landlords like we are, we're always looking out for our future tenants. So you want to make sure that you purchase a property in an area or on a street where your tenants can feel safe. And then you as the landlord coming in having to do renovations, you want to feel somewhat safe going into these neighborhoods. So be very mindful of that. And then
because the way we do it is that we ain't gonna, we don't put nobody where we wouldn't live. So that's the way we do. That's why my tenants be so happy, because I ain't gonna put them nowhere where I wouldn't live, and I ain't gonna send no workers nowhere where I wouldn't go. So that's why everybody stay happy.
Happy tenants, happy landlords.
That's right.
So just a tip is like driving through the neighborhood at different times. So maybe in the morning time it's real quiet and it look like a quiet street, but you catch it in the evening or after work time or later that evening.
Jumping.
And so you need to be mindful of that, because those areas again can be high crime areas. Exactly. And so you really want to make sure that you've done your homework and your research before you purchase a property, just because it's $5,000 or it's on the lower end. So that is something you definitely want to be considerate of, because you're going to be a landlord and you want to watch out for your tenants and yourself.
Exactly.
So what else, baby?
And then if another thing they can do, they can go, talk to a wholesaler. Wholesaler, they have, decent products, but it costs you a little bit more. It all depends on, what the wholesaler want for their property, because, he's always the middleman. So,
he's trying to get his part.
Yeah, he's trying to get his part. So you can do it like that too. Or you can just go and find your property for sale and spend $40, $50, $60, $100,000 and go do it that way. It's different. It's different money. Strokes for different folks.
Right.
Or or you can use the mob money. Whatever.
So we hope that you're enjoying our content so far. If you have any questions, please comment. We're answering every single comment. Please let us know if there's any other topic that you would like to see in future videos. And please remember to
like and subscribe and hit that bell. Oh, I forgot.
And share.
I forgot. Somebody reached out to me. Joey reached out to me. He wanted to know why was I saying that I'd rather deal with fire than water any day. The reason why I said that was because water, you can't see where it's coming from, but fire, you can see it. So you can see it right on. So you can see where it's coming from. You can't see where the water come from, but you can see that fire. You see where it's coming from, where it was at, and everything else. So it's easy to put it back together than just trying to run down some water, because it take forever. So that's what it was, Billy boy.
All right. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you on our next video with the Smith Hustle.
That's right. Smith and Smith. That's how we do it, baby. We flip them homes. You heard.